Follow the time.
Okay, sir. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. We did an updates from last 6 months. Actually, we provided here the statistics and other things for last 1 year as well. First, networking. Here we have connected many diverse organization with BDN connectivity. Here, public university, private university, research institute, even medical college, and the regular colleges under the national university, they are all connected to BDN right now. And the upstream bandwidth, we have updated a lot. The IIG is now 26 Gbps, and Facebook cache, Meta cache, 39 Gbps. Google cache 3.5 Gbps. This Google cache is actually hosted in BDN data center, but the other cache we rented it or subscribed it from the IIG. National Internet Exchange, the 11 Gbps connectivity. Previously, during the pandemic, it was 20 Gbps because all Zoom traffic was local. But now we shifted all the Zoom traffic to the outside Zoom cloud. So we reduces the NIX part a little bit. And global RAN connectivity, previously it was connected with NKN India. But due to some changes, now we have shifted this 1 Gbps connected to Singapore. Now Facebook cache is also from our data centers. Compute resources, recently we got huge request from the researcher and the academician that CPU is not actually their prime target. Their prime requirement is GPU. So we procure more and more GPU. Next GPU is coming. So right now we have 1900 core physical CPU servers. On top of that, virtualization is there, and we provide infrastructure as a service to the researcher and others. Memory is 11.5 TB. We have two type of storage, 300 GB NVMe SSD and 300 TB HDD. Almost they are mostly occupied, around 85% storage are occupied right now, used by the user. So we are planning to upgrade it in next fiscal year, financial year. And initially we started a GPU with Tesla T4, which was elementary, and we started the journey in 2023. But after getting more and more requirement, last 6 months we have added 192 GB L40S, and we are procuring another 192 GB GPU server. It's under procurement. Hopefully in 1 and 2 months it will be added in our data center. What are the use cases for this compute resources from the organization and our user base? They mostly use this as a community cloud platform, as in the terms of infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and platform as a service. We didn't build their own private cloud and hand over the operation and maintenance to the university as well. And they use this or their own private cloud as a backup of their primary data center. Sometimes they use as a co-location as well. They put their own hardware in BDN data center to make it more robust and make it more available for their primary data center. What is the main reason behind this? Because university data center or server room is a very small scale, maybe 10 kVA power load is requirement, but their central generator is really very high capacity. So during office hour, during weekend and after the office hour, when there is a power interruption, which is very common in this region, specifically in Bangladesh, they don't want to start their main generator to support this 10 kVA load. That is the one of the major challenge for the university what they are facing right now. We provide BDN initiated to provide them the generator support from BDN generator installing in their own premise. Where this scenario is not applicable or is not possible, in that case we approach them, collocate your server, bring your server to BDN data center. We will ensure the power, security and environmental assurance. And that's how co-location modality is activating and working very smoothly since 2023. As a platform of service, university host their applications like DNS or mail server in BDN data center, as well as recently we have deployed application load balancing. It's not a very commercial product. We use Kubernetes platform. It's a horizontal auto scaling feature to host the application load balancing application in BDN data center, through which uh, one of the largest university, which is National University, they are they shifted their result management application, which requires very high load in VDRAM data center for last 3 terms, as well as one of the public university, Khulna University, they have shifted their 11 virtual machine from Amazon to VDRAM cloud. That's one of our biggest success in the last 2 months. Iduram, in the last APAN, we covered 6 airports out of 8 airports in Bangladesh. But in the last 2 months, we have added another airports, and one airport is remaining because we didn't find any local ISP on that support. So we are negotiating with other ISP support to provide their connectivity to that airport. So it will cover all the airports in Bangladesh. We started this journey in 2023 with our Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport, and this is the projection of our statistics of last 1 year through Idurom. The foreigner visited, and here we found that 42% visitors from United Kingdom, and Australia is around 15%, Canada is 10%, and this is how the top 10 visiting countries statistics is there for last 1 year. BDN started another avenue in software development. Probably you have already known that you are using Orbit right now, which is jointly developed by BDN and a Malaysian company, GSS. There are other part or other sector where BDN already started their initiation, like university management system. One of the private university is our prime client right now. We developed their university management system to manage their admission system, application management, certificate management, all this automation through this university management system. And ERP solution, HRM, payroll, role management, and finance and accounting. BDN has been using this feature for last 3 years. But recently we have started to develop this application for the universities as well. Right now, BDN developed one leave management portal, which is used by Bangladesh University Grants Commission. And we are developing HRM, payroll, and loan management system for PSTU, one of the public university. Sorry. Automation, digital e-filing management system, the note approval management system. BDN has been using this for since the pandemic, because we didn't go out, we didn't move our file processing system. So initially we developed this system for our internal use, but now university are interested to use this system. So we are providing these services to 4 of the public and private universities. Next, certification issuance and verification system. The fraudulence in certification is very common in this region, specifically Bangladesh, India, this region. So we developed an encrypted QR code based system through which an employer or anyone who wants to verify the authenticity of the or genuinity of the certificate, instantly they can check it through their laptop or through the mobile application. This has been developed, and Bangladesh University of Professionals, they are using this service for last 1 year. And no need to talk about the Orbit. APAN event is managed since last APAN happened in Hong Kong through Orbit, which is jointly developed by BTN and GSS, as well as one of the public university. They manage their conference system through this application as well, and we are continuously promoting this service to be used by the user, both locally and globally. E-resources, we have already made agreement to several journal, ebook, and Grammarly as well. Currently, JSTOR has 36 accounts, 36 institute. They are taking this JSTOR service. Emerald, we got 28 institutes interested in that and using, and IEEE explored in the 31 universities. Here is that's a typo. That's supposed to be a Zoom statistics which I didn't mention. Here, ebook, we have Sage, McGraw-Hill, Wiley, Elsevier, Springer Nature, Emerald, and Taylor and Francis. We have already agreement on that, and we started the service to the end user. We bought Grammarly, around 1,000 license, out of which 3 licenses are already sold to the user, and it's very cheaper in the context of Bangladesh. It's only $20 per year, and we are continuously promoting through training the end user as well. And regarding plagiarism checking, we found Turnitin is very expensive as well as rigid in this region. So we found an alternative, the drill bit, which we have tested. We have tested it through the end user as well, the researcher or who the faculty members who are engaged in the research activities, and we got around 80-85% similar result through with the compared to Turnitin, but it's much more cheaper than Turnitin. So we are promoting this one. And regarding Grammarly and Drillbit, we have planned to explore these services with our consortium SECREN. Whether the Zoom license we procured under the SECREN, it becomes very viable and financially feasible for this region. So we are thinking to promote this Grammarly and Drillbit as well in that business modality. Financial statistics, it is completely for Bediren. The great part is this year Bediren net income is crossed the threshold of the net expenses. Now we are on the profit shift of this. This is a self-sustainability milestone for Bediren. And that's all from Bediren part. Thank you very much.
Any question? So under e-resources, if we want to be a little bit specific, under ebooks, we have 30,000 titles distributed for the end users. So around 60 universities are taking this service. So this has been arranged with the help of HIT project. We are investing 10% of the money, 90% of the money we are taking from the HIT project. Okay, thank you, Arifin, for your wonderful presentation and for giving the updates of Bediren. So our next presenter will be Karma. He will be updating us about the NREN performance in the last 6 months, and also if he has any future plan. Fawad is supposed to join online. Has he joined? Anyone from?
Oh, morning everyone. I'm Karma from Bhutan, representing the research initiative, the National Research Initiative. Bhutan. I'll take it. And, okay. managed to build the research and education in Bhutan. Then I'll also run through the updates since last plan and the plan going forward next 6 months. So where are we? So we have established this dedicated research and education network, multi 10 gigabit per second network, covering all 20 districts. Bhutan, we have 20 districts. Yes, because of the geographical terrains, because of the mountains, spread across throughout the country. So we have leveraged on the National Fiber Optic Network to build a dedicated research and education network for the research and education community in Bhutan. So we are present in all the 20 districts. In the last 5 years, what we have also realized is that not only we have to build this high-speed network, but also ensure resiliency. So that was very important because all the research and education institutes, universities, hospitals and schools in Bhutan's case rely on the research and education network TruePren to access internet. So what we have also done is we have interconnected our network through the internet exchange point. We call it Bhutan IX. So we have a 10 gigabit capacity connecting to BGIX, and then we ensure that we interconnect with all the network operators within Bhutan to ensure that we keep the local traffic local. And also the major benefit of this is that our research and education institute, the DRUPREN members, they access the cache hosted by the internet service provider in Bhutan. So they have high-speed access to the Facebook cache, Metacache, and they also have high-speed access to the YouTube cache, Google cache, and also other such as Cloudflare, Kamai, and all the caches which are hosted by the telecom operators, but they share with the research and education network members. What we have also done is to ensure resiliency. We have international commercial transit connectivity to local ISPs. So what we do is we aggregate all the demands of our members, and then we get the internet service circuit from the two internet service providers from two different locations. Unfortunately, our connection to the global research and education has been terminated for now, but we're very hopeful. We're working closely with the NTN also with the Asia Connect community, also with the help of the other regional players such as Xi'an, to revive this connectivity. And we're very hopeful. I think we will have some updates next APAN session. As of today, we connect about 41 research and education institutes. That includes universities. What is differently done in Bhutan is that we also provide connectivity to schools and hospitals. So we interconnect about 195 schools and also 29 hospitals. So in total, we interconnect about 265 research and education institutes, schools, hospitals to our network. In terms of the traffic utilization for last 6 months, as you can see, we have two ISP. So commercial utilization from September 2025 to 2026 is, look at the 95% of the traffic is almost about 3 gig and maximum is about 6 gig on the ISP1. And for the ISP2, 95% of the traffic is about 1.5G, maximum of 4G. But the last 2 months, 3 months, for last 2 months, because the college is closed for winter location, you can see that vacation, so that you can see that the traffic has gone down for the last 1.5 months. In terms of the traffic utilization on the internet exchange point, since there are lots of contents, Facebook Cache, Google Cache, Kamai, Cloudflare, so we have a maximum of about 8 gig and on average about 3.5 to 4 gig data consumed from the internet exchange point. In terms of the updates, since the last PAN, what we have done is the research and information network engineers, we have provided assistance to the schools to help them design this campus-wide internet coverage to support 10 gigabit per second. So this has been completed from our side. Now Ministry of Education, the Royal Government of Bhutan is working towards revamping their local area network infrastructure in these 60 selected schools. We have also renewed our contract agreement with the local ISPs for the internet commercial transit links. We have also closely worked with our community back in Bhutan. We have Bhutan Network Operators Group. Bhutan Network Operators Group 12 was held in conjunction with SANOC 43, wherein where we were able to train about 22 engineers from the research and education community across Bhutan. What we have done is, as reported in the last APAN session, we are trying to upgrade now our core network to support 400 gigabit per second. So for the last 2 months, we have completed this proof of concept in the 400 gig 95 kilometer fiber span using coherent pluggables, 400G coherent pluggables. It was a success. We did POC with Cisco, we did POC with Flex Optics, we also carried out POC with the Juniper. So we are now confident and we have completed our design for the 400G core network. And the tender will be out soon. We're expecting next month the tender to be. In terms of the plan of action going forward for the next 6 months, we will, because we are now upgrading our backbone capacity to 400G from existing 10G, we will also upgrade the members connectivity currently connected to 1G to support 10 gig. So we will be procuring about 74 10 gig supporting customer routers for our members, so that when they connect to our enhanced 400G backbone network, they will be able to get 10 gigabit per second. So thank you so much. I hope I'm within the time of 9 minutes, so thank you so much for your attention.
Any question? I have a few questions.
Yes.
So you are connecting hospitals, right?
Yes.
Not medical colleges.
We also have one medical college connected.
Okay. So you are not going inside the campus, just
No.
providing the connectivity.
Yes.
And all those medical colleges have good campus network.
Most of the hospitals do not, but we come in and help them design their campus network. But they are responsible for operating and managing the campus networks of the
I don't
respective
know
hospitals.
what is happening in other countries. We tried to connect the medical colleges, and we connected a few of the medical colleges, but the constraint is they don't have the right campus network, structured campus network. That's why the usage was very minimal. So that's why I was asking this question.
Okay.
And about the availability, what is the availability at the moment for the schools connectivity? Because we have single connectivity.
Yes. So backbone connectivity is, we have a resilient network, we have a redundancy built in. But like Taurik rightly pointed out, especially the last mile connectivity to the schools, to our members, they do not have redundant connection. But we have not seen any major issues we have been able to operate and manage the last mile connectivity, although there is only one single connection. On average, we have been able to provide 95% SLA in the last fiscal year. We are able to do this because we have a very unique model in Bhutan. Uh, we have, of course, the government has invested and built this last mile infrastructure connecting all the schools, all the universities, all the hospitals. We also have an internal arrangement with the internet service providers, the local internet service providers, wherein we lease the last mile fiber to the ISPs so that they can also provide connectivity to the business enterprises, to the households located within the vicinity of the schools of our Trukren members institutes. So when they take the lease, they lease the fiber, we have an internal arrangement which says that they need to also contribute their manpower to help us operate and manage those links. So because they have the depot, they have their offices present in the all 20 districts. So their engineers, their technicians are on site to restore the links as and when there is link breakages, fiber breakages and everything. So we have an internal arrangement on this. With regard to your first question and the remarks that you made, yes, we also had the similar issue in Bhutan. Because we provide about connectivity to 195 schools, but the campus network, like you said, is not well designed, and therefore they don't benefit from the high-speed connectivity that we provide. But what we have been able to do is we have been working very closely together with the Ministry of Education to ensure that they equip the local area network, the campus LAN, with the good infrastructure. So basically, so we provide this consultancy service. We help them, assist them to come up with the design so that we ensure that the local area network is adequate, is properly designed to benefit from the research and integration network speed that we provide. And in the hospital also, that's what we're doing now. We have connected like 29 hospitals, but we are constantly in touch with the hospitals, the National Medical Science, and also the Ministry of Health to help them propose a required budget to revamp the whole infrastructure. So we provide this technical backstop.
Okay, my last question, whether these schools, they are using only the single connectivity or they have redundant connectivity with some other ISPs?
They just have a single connectivity. They're happy with it. Like I said, we have been able to maintain 95% SLA. But some schools are thinking of establishing a redundant connection, and they want to see if they can bring in with the negotiate with the local ISPs, but they do not want to give up our connection. They want to use our connection as primary, but some of the schools in the cities, they are considering that option, but there is always an cost associated with it. So right now, I don't think that they want to go along that line, but in the future, when they heavily rely on the connectivity for the internet services, that would be something that could be explored in the future.
Okay, actually, country to country, it varies. 95% reliability means 5% unavailability, almost 36 hours per month. So that will not work in here. But because of probably difficult terrain, that's why they are accepting that much outage. That is my speculation. I don't know.
I think, yes, last year we have 95% SLA, but our goal is now for this fiscal year from July 2025 to August 2026, we have 98% SLA, our target basically. So this is part of our annual work plan, and it is also annual target that we have to achieve because we achieved 95% last time. So 98%. So right now, the schools for the last 6 months, if you look at the availability, there's not much of a disruption. And we have, I think, have been able to achieve already about 98.5 or 98.6. So we have to ensure that we keep this up and running.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the update. Fawad, you want to ask?
Yeah, yeah. Just small question that why you directly from 10G to 400G? It's a big jump. 10G to 400G. I mean, why not 40G, 100G, then directly jumping to 400G?
Okay, so we have carried out the agency demand study for group research and education network. If you look at the education landscape in Bhutan, we have around 180,000 faculty, teachers, and students. And in the universities, we have around 30,000 users, inclusive of both the lecturers, professors, faculty members, as well as students. And if you look at the health sector, we have about 10,000 professionals, nurses, doctors that we cater to. And recently, our minimum broadband speed has been revised from 512 kbps to 10 mbps per user. So we have taken into account of all this, and we have projected the total bandwidth requirement for the research and education network would be around 500 to 600 gigabit per second. So hence, that's the reason why we are upgrading our core infrastructure to 400 gig. Currently, right now, since we have only 10 gig capacity, the schools that we provide connectivity to, the connectivity is limited within the school's lab infrastructure. So that's why we are closely working with education to extend that campus level network coverage to classrooms, to the whole campus within the schools. So if we do that, so there is going to be a high demand, and we're expecting about 10 gig demand from most of the 90% of the schools. So that's why we are upgrading to 400G. And that also ensures that our network is robust and will meet our future requirement.
Probably you are using DWDM, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, probably that is the minimum capacity because
Yes.
lambda is
One
10G
channel is
lambda.
yes, one lambda is 10G.
10G.
Yes.
So we installed our DWDM 10 years, 11 years back. So we first started with 400G, but now probably the lambda size has, each individual lambda has gone up to 400G.
Yes, correct.
600G.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Karma, for your nice presentation and updating us about Dukran. So next presenter will be Rajan. Rajan, are you ready? He will give us updates on NREN. Thank you. Sorry for bombarding with a lot of questions because I have too many queries. But I believe as soon as you go from single fiber or single route to multi-route redundancy, your availability will shoot up and it will go more than 99.5%. If you can establish last mile redundancy.
Look. Yeah.
Thank you, Taurid, for this opportunities. I'm Rajan Parazuli, representing here Nepal Research and Education Networks. I have here quick updates in the last couple of months. So let me first brief you about Nepal REN, how this is mostly intended for the newcomers here at APAN. Nepal Research and Education Network is a non-government organization and it's a non-profit organization. We are a membership-based uh, network. Our institutional reach is we have connected 36 R&D institutions. So this includes 9 of 11 federal universities, university grant commissions, the 5 medical institutions, and 4 dedicated research institutions that includes Nepal Academy of Science and Technology as well. Our revenue streams is mostly depend on membership fee, and we do ICT based projects for our sustainability as well. Regarding the service, these are the services we offer our member institutions. Yeah, the first is research and education network connectivity to our member institutions. IT roam service is there. We also provide support for e-resources access, that is Research for Life. We are still working to provide education access to our member institutions. We have some cloud resources that is primarily focused for research activities for our member institutions. We do campus network design advisory for our member institutions. Along this, we associate with various technical activities at a national level in collaborations with NPNOG, South Asian Network Operator Groups, and other technical activities. Yeah, Zoom is another flagship support for our member institutions. And recently, we have also provided access to file centers. So that is supported by the APAN and Asia Connects as well. So regarding the recent updates, currently we have been implementing enhancing disaster response preparedness with self-converging mesh networks training and deployment that is funded by Internet Societies in collaborations with Asian Institute of Technology. The idea is it is a mix of capacity building workshops and support with some emergency disaster related toolkits. And the plan is to develop a pool of emergency responders in various universities, as Nepal is very prone to various kind of disasters, and including the climate related disaster in recent times. So this pool will be useful for response if there is any kind of activities happening nearby of the university, so that those IT responders will be quick to the sites. We recently hosted workshops on GenAI for professionals. I'd like to extend sincere thanks to Epigain and Asia Connects. We able to develop a pool of 14 GenAI trainers from these supports, and we already conducted 2 professional workshops. One was at the Nepal Academy of Science and Technology. Around 30 participants were there, and recently the another workshops we conducted at the 4th National Telemedicine and 1st National Digital Health Conference that was held last week. Altogether, a total of 60 professionals participated in the workshops. Another update is NREN is selected for the GNT NREN tuning programs. This tuning programs is a collaborative initiatives designed to promote knowledge sharing between emerging NREN and advanced NREN. So we are tuning with Finnish University and Research Networks, FUNET. This will focus on strengthening our eduroam services and supporting other research and education applications. So mostly this will emphasize on capacity building, operational best practices, and knowledge sharing between FUNIT and Nepal NREN. We are supposed to initiate the kickoff meetings on the first week of February, and the timeline for this project is 6 months. So we are hopeful that the projects will be concluded by July 2026. As I shared you earlier, recently we were engaged with for the National Telemedicine and for National Digital Health Conference. I'd like to share you that health science is important areas of Nepal range from its establishments. Earlier, it was one of the unit inside the Nepal Research and Education Network, and later we decided to form separate organizations. So that is called Nepal Telemedicine Society. So NREN is also taking a lead for that society instead that is a separate organizations. Uh, so we already conducted for the national telemedicine conferences. That is a good platform for all the healthcare practitioners, doctors, and software developers. Those are focusing on these healthcare arenas. And the good thing is, in the recent conferences, we have the good support from Ministry of Health, World Health Organizations, and German cooperations organizations, GIGs, and other key stakeholders. Altogether, around 190 participants were participated in that conference. Regarding the AgriRoom access, we are all of our member institutions are connected with AgriRoom services. Our international airports, T1 International Airport is connected with AgriRoom services. So I think this is not a recent update, but we are also trying to connect with few other international airports. We're supposed to establish AgriRoom services at Pokhara International Airport, but it is taking some time from our side, as the issue is that we are not providing internet connectivity from our side. For that, we need to find the ISPs, or we have to build some kind of collaborations with the airport authorities, because we will be using their bandwidth. So that's the reason it will taking some time for us. Here is the plan for the next 6 months. We are currently working on aggregate implementations. Hopefully, by next 2 or 3 months, because we already submitted our policy documents for the communities. Recently, we got a request from University Grant Commissions to connect more number of R&D institutions. I think that collaborations will be another milestone for Nepal Research and Education Networks. It is still underway. And we have a plan to conduct GenAI outreach sessions across all the universities. We already conducted 2 sessions, and we have a plan to mobilize our 14 TOT trainers to all of the universities and conduct Gen AI sessions. Another is we are also supporting for staff assessing the air quality of our universities with the projects that is funded by ISEX. We have a plan to donate at least 1 air quality monitoring nodes to each universities, and that will be another important activities, and we'll be able to assess the status of air quality in our from the haze monitoring sites. We're also collaborating with NII Japan to establish open access repository for us. I think by next month they will be able to hand over this repository, and we will encourage our member universities to use that open access repositories. Few other activities are lined up. We are hosting workshop on DTN solutions for environment monitoring. This will be in collaborations with ICTP. So the date is already fixed. It will be from 11 to 15 May. And this is the back-to-back sessions. The another will be the TinyML workshops in collaborations with ICT4D and ICTP. So that will be happening from 15 to 19 May. And the another is campus network design and operations workshops. So we propose the days for this workshop is 27 April to 1st May. So NSRC also approved this the timeline. So this campus network design and operations workshop will be a support from the Asia Connect projects. And similarly, NREN is also Secretariat for South Asian Network Operator Groups for its establishments. And we are going to organize the SANOC 44 and NPNOC 12 in July. So that will be 22 to 28 July 2026. So that's all for the next 6 months as well. I recently got some news from the ICTP that there are a few seats available. So if you are interested with that DTN network solutions, so that will be a type of fellowships. I think you can visit the ICTP sites and again apply for the workshops as well. Yeah, that's all from my side, Tori. Thank you.
So our next presenter will be Asita Bandarnaik from LEARN.
So the update from LEARN, it's not much to say, but right. So within the last since last APAN, in terms of services, we have done a lot actually. One of the key things that we have been working on is this LEARN solution engineers that we provide services, network design, maintenance, and so on to the universities, because one of the biggest problems that we have in Sri Lanka is that we don't have enough resource persons, or not really that actually. The universities can't afford resource persons, network engineers, and so on, with the salaries of the university government system. Because of that, even in bigger universities like University of Peradeniya, it's extremely difficult to maintain the network, design the network. So what we have done is actually we have, at the moment we have hired 2 engineers, and now actually we have promoted Tivanka is there. He's the manager of the solutions team. So we are basically, that team is working as engineers for those universities on consultancy basis, so that they can design and provide solutions and maintain their networks as if they are on those universities' own network engineers. It's gaining traction, and they are having a lot of projects at the moment, but we are trying to expand it even further. So that's one of the key things that we're planning for next year as well. One of the services that we introduced is Inspera. We were supposed to introduce this about a year ago, but we only did it last month, where we provide these digital assessment systems. It's still in the early stages, so we have to see how it goes. We also completed the NREN tuning program led by John with SurfNet from Netherlands, and we'll be presenting about that in the next session. And one other key thing that we have been involved in this Gen AI capacity building programs, starting from the APNIC funding. We started APGAIN workshop in APAN. Actually, it was not connected to APAN, but it has come to be part of APAN now in the last 4 iterations, with a lot of interest. And we have conducted workshops in the last 4. And based on that and the other work that we have been doing in Gen AI capacity building, we also got another grant from Asia Connect project to do 2 more workshops. And we did it, one in Laos and another one in Thailand, targeting participants from 10 countries. Unfortunately, Vietnam did not make it. So we gave more positions to Nepal, as Rajan mentioned earlier. Lucky for them. And then, there's a huge demand from this one. And also, most importantly, as you heard from Rajan, it has a cascading effect as well. And actually, I'm supposed to get the numbers from Taurit, apparently. BDRN has done more programs here. So we don't really have, from our count, we have trained more than 500 so far, but apparently it's much more. So we need to gather the.
Yeah, at least 200 in Bangladesh.
Okay, yeah. So we need to add that. as-
Arifin should have acknowledged that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
I am acknowledging that.
Okay, thank you very much.
It has created a different avenue for BDN also.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we need to gather those numbers. So I think it has probably if you count all the numbers, probably it's about 1,000 now. So we need to get those numbers at the least. So the cascading effect that it has generated. We also receive another grant to do capacity training in Sri Lanka. We are training 15,000 people in Sri Lanka. Combining with AI Singapore and AVPN, which is we are doing for undergraduates, students in the humanities field, as well as vocational training students and school teachers. So that's also underway at the moment, which I think about 2,000 has been trained so far, and we have a lot more to go. We are very hopeful that we can achieve our targets within this year in that training as well. We have also initiated another work of setting up working groups. Now, the background for this one is that we were initially looking at setting up our supercomputing or AI high performance computing facilities. But what we were advised is that to first of all, before making something, go and make use cases and get the community together so that it has usage. So to initiate that, what we did is to initiate 2 working groups with generous matching funds from APAN to initiate that and do this, and also to bring on experts as well. So the 2 working groups are in Agrotech working group as well as Gen AI working group, which was initiated at the Learn 36 meeting in last October. And we had Dr. Virchai Tanmipat as the guest of honor in that event to come and introduce APAN and IPAN working groups and so on to the audience. And Professor Talinda Benargam, who's here, he's heading the Agrotech working group, and Dr. Pramila and myself, we are heading the Gen AI working group at the moment. Okay, so that's up to Learn 36, and they had a lot of other things planned, but unfortunately, some disaster struck us in the end of November. We had a huge cyclone and floods, so our entire office was flooded in end of November. Yeah, we had to kind of delay a few things because of that. And so for the first thing in motion at the moment is moving to a new location. It's already in progress, moving to a new locations and get everybody together again. Currently, most of them are working from home. So that's the main task now. And also, we are in the process of revising our ILL and VPLS connection agreement and pricing with the ISPs. That's being concluded at the moment to get a better pricing and provide better, bigger connections, larger connections to our members. As I mentioned earlier, we are also working on expanding our solutions portfolio with providing more services to the universities, and see how far we can go. I think that's one of the key areas that we are focusing on at the moment, because as I said earlier, it's becoming harder and harder to universities to really manage their network. So without the end customers or our members being able to enjoy the services that we provide, there's no use of trying to do more. So we are trying to see how we can, first of all, ensure that there's digital equity across the universities and our members, that they can access the services, and then look at the rest. We are also looking at how to have more working group activities in our calendar to get more people involved. That's one of the things I think at APAN also. I think that we have been been successful in the last few years. Previously, we were having mostly network engineers and technical staff and technical people, but we see more and more academics. Our service receivers are getting involved in APAN and understanding how these things are provided, and getting the two communities to understand each other's needs and what you are getting. So I think that's a very, very positive sign. And that's what we are trying to do with this as well. And actually, this time, I'm very, very happy to see there's a lot of academics getting involved in APAN. And that's, I think, one of the key things, to get to understand what the role of NRENs, what services they are providing, so that we can also get their feedback and make ourselves better. So I think that's very encouraging, and that's what we are trying to do with our working groups as well. We are also working on more activities in our Gen AI in education. We are planning a conference and an AI week. We did this AI week last year as well. We are planning a conference plus AI week this year to engage more partners across the country as well as regionally. We are also initiating a National Center for Excellence in AI. Yeah, Roshan is spearheading that work. That's also in the cards. So we hope that that we can get it done this year. And one of the key other things has been in our agenda is building our own fiber optic backbone. So we have a new government in place, and there have been little positive feedback from them regarding this. So we are very hopeful that we can finally get this done with the government backing. So that's what we have planned for the next year. And that's it from me.
You want to say something? You
Yeah.
snatched the mic from me.
Okay. Thank you very much. Actually, I wanted to say something. Maybe may not be directly reflecting this one, but thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to work very close with EpiGain and EpiGain Plus project. And whenever you deployed this, conducted the session in BDRN, from there we got some stunning trainer who initiated next phase training within the local community. And we have already provided training to 60 participants from University Grants Commission of Bangladesh, out of where we got again 2 or 3 trainers. And with that, we have conducted a 3 one-day training session in 3 different universities. And as I already talked to you one-to-one, that we want to extend this training regional, and I have already contacted with some ICT director and some deputy vice chancellor or pro vice chancellor level, registrar level in this APAN community after this here. So they cordially accepted us. So I think it creates a really vibrant in the work domain, especially for non-technical people, mostly administrative people. They really encouraged us to provide them more training, and we introduced agentic AI to solve the specific workflow problem, and we are advancing with focusing on that as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it has created a tsunami of trainings in our country. Okay? Sorry, we should have acknowledged that before. And you are so humble. You have so many activities you have made in last 6 months, and you did mention that only a few. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nanjit, you are the next presenter. So Nanjit will give an update on activities that have been conducted in Mongolia.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manjit, Mongolian NREN, Internet. I would like a brief introduction about Internet. So no any major update. APAN61 in Hong Kong. Internet key facts. We established in 2000, 26 years ago. So part of one of the biggest university of Mongolia. It was a small ADB project. Okay. We have two data center. One of the located at the teachers development house. Site 2 is at the National Data Center. Our management until 2020, we part of a university. After 2020, we under Ministry of Education. One of our department in Education Information Technology Center under Ministry of Education by the government order. Financing scheme is after 2020 fully funded by government. We only focusing all public schools, secondary schools, state-owned. In Mongolia, public state-owned school is 700 in capital city, and we have 21 province, totally 700 schools. It's possible to say school network. 627 fiber optic link to the rural area. It's by the layer 3 IP impulse by the Netcom. Netcom is actually it's Mongolian Telecom. And also some campus and dormitory connected to us. Some non-fiber link reached place connected by the Starlink. It's totally 52 point. We have 5 upstream ISPs, then distributing internet by the public IP address, IPv4 and IPv6. Now it's a Libre NMS network monitoring system. It is exchange API service to the UNICEF GIGA. It's a real-time monitoring. This slide is Mongolia and 10 connectivity pact. We are a member since 2016. Actual connection established in 2020, 6 years ago. Connection is 150 megabits per second with Ulaanbaatar, Hong Kong. Our stakeholders, so biggest pile public universities, MUST, National University, some medical university, one of hospital, Mongolia and Japan joint hospital connecting. We're planning Mongolian Academy of Science, Agricultural University, and National Library and Museum. It's 150 meg PLC connection to the Hong Kong teleport. It's Mongolian Telecom and China Telecom operating redundant link to the Hong Kong. It's interesting connection scheme to the universities. We don't have ISP license since 2018. Suddenly revoked by local CRC. Then our main customers is only public secondary schools. Then some Ministry of Education and some agencies. Then it's difficult to change prefix to the universities. We have a fiber link because before 2020 we was ISP. Infrastructure is okay. Then change prefix injected to the university routers by IBGP. Because most universities don't have any own S number, not APNIC member. Only National University of Mongolia is APNIC member. It's very easy to connect through us. It's actually we are exchange point, our world for the chain connectivity. It's a chain network USH. Last 6 months. Also, we have many application systems at our data center. We have a big development team. Some public, some private company cooperating with us for the development application system. It's public educational application system. It's only for the public schools. Management and hub system. It's our organizational roadmap. We established it in 2000. Then some Ministry of Education project implementing. Then we are joining in 2020 Information Technology Center of Education and the Ministry of Education. It has 4 departments. Irdimnet is Irdimnet Networking Department, so on of. Then we have international cooperation, many organizations, Microsoft, Google, NEO, UNICEF, GIGA, Asiat Connect, also Mosaic in Hungary, LMS system, Edu10, Pearson, It's for secondary school English teachers in private. Thank you. That's all. If you have any question or suggestion, please send me this email. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ranjit, for giving us a wonderful update about Mongolia. And our next presenter will be online. He will be Fawad from PAN. Fawad, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh,
So can you see my presentation?
yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Fawad, the Director Networks in Pakistan Education Research Network. Let me start with the updates where I have given in the last APAN in Hong Kong. As I discussed in the last APAN that we have initiated 4 massive projects in the PAN, which is the cloud project, HPC project, and the Maktab project, which is ERP and student lifecycle, and the cybersecurity project, the 4 big projects which PAN started. The cloud project, as I have mentioned already, that we have a capacity of 42,000 virtual cores and 3.4 petabyte storage, which has been successfully installed. And this is the update of of our cloud. That the Huawei cloud is fully functional. On top of that, the cloud management portal is fully installed and functional. The billing portal is fully active, and the help desk and CRM is also integrated with our cloud. So the cloud rates has been developed as per the all infrastructure and all that. We have developed the cloud rates and has been offered to the universities and other institutions. This is the brief of the cloud portal that we have developed for the community, which is as-sadeem.com. This is a landing page of the cloud, which is also available at the link is also available in the on the PAN website, pan.edu.pk. We have the as-sadeem page. Then if any user wants to see what the as-sadeem resources are and how much cost, the calculator is also available. We have placed the calculator just like Amazon and AWF. We have put the calculator on our website. For example, 2 virtual machine and 4 gigabit RAM, how much it will cost. So and also the other services that the cloud offers, like storage, block storage, or object storage, or big data, or container, like these are the services are available on our cloud. So these are available on the portal. This is the main login page. Then after the calculation, it will comes to our Sadeem page, where it can log in on our page for provisioning of our machines. It is recently restricted for the universities only, because we have circulated this cloud resources information to our universities. But we are planning to open for the general commercial public also, if the government allows. So this is the main cloud management portal. After coming to the cloud management portal, it will have a provisioning of machines, which machines it suits for their requirement. So they can easily goes to that machine and provision in 1 or 2 minutes. This is the cloud update, and I will come to the HPC. We have a 2 petaflop HPC in our recently in our World 1 project. The briefly updates are, as you know, that there's some American policies on the GPU cards and media. So it's very hard to, import this GPU cards. A very, very lengthy process, is a very lot of commitments, agreements, and all that. But successfully, we have made it on last October, November, that GPU cards has been delivered, and Lenovo and NVIDIA hardware is also installed in our data center. Civil work and chiller works has been in progress, because we have gone for the liquid cooling. That's why the chiller work is in progress. After, in February and March, it will be active, the HPC. The cybersecurity is one of the key project which has been highly appreciated in the in the community, because it's the first of the government organization we have developed our own SOC, a fully operational SOC, which have 8 dedicated members. We have the SIEM solution logarithm, NDR, EDR, and all that we have installed. Also collaborated with the national certs also for the for this for vulnerability and all that. We have also offering the service of vulnerability assessment, EDR, NDR to universities. Then this project is fully active and operational. We have also done the capacity building workshop in the collaboration with the Meta. We have done 14 workshops. We're covering the 50 participants, and each workshop was 25 participants. I have to talk about the governance because of these huge initiatives. We have been very lot of pressure on the workload of the existing HR of PAN, because of the fact that we have need a lot largely highly qualified skills resources are required. Highly qualified resources are required to manage all these initiative, cloud, HPC, security, and the SLC and all that. So it put a lot of pressure on the current existing HR of PAN. So we have the options of go for the as per the government options, like contractual hiring or permanent employees we hire, but there is a limitation that it is not easy for in the government employees to retain the employees on such a marketive competitive rates, and it is a long recruitment process also. So what we are doing is basically HR outsourcing model. We are basically hiring an HR firm to outsource that around 100 to 150 employees, and which can we offer a different market competitive salaries to them to manage these projects of HPC, cloud, and our automation and all that. So these kind of project they will manage for us. Though we have SLAs, but they are limited to the sub project also only. But we will be hiring a fully an outsourced firm for HR management. So tender is executed, and we will be finalizing this in February and March. So the 6 months plan is basically we are putting the project to the government that we are upgrading the PAN backbone to 100G. We have initiated the IM tender, and its bids are received, and hopefully we will be integrating the IM with our SADIM and other cloud and all the other services of cloud. The last few points is upgradation of the SRV6. We will be doing implementation of the blockchain for our degree attestation and the capacity building for the universities that we are planning. So thank you very much. This is my quick presentation.
I believe, but there's so much going on that goes way beyond the network only. So I'm super impressed, I must say. I'm going to talk about the network, to be honest. But before that, I want to introduce myself a bit. I'm Alexander van den Hill. I'm responsible for international policy and strategy at SURF. And SURF is the Netherlands, the Dutch research and education network. I'm super passionate about what we do here all together. I'm a full believer in APAN and GEANT that unites NRENs and jointly make NRENs better NRENs. So that's super to see. I love finding and making new connections like we do here the whole day. In the context and what the world today is not always easy, but I find it super fun to do. I'm thinking that I'm a little bit preaching for the choir here, but I want to explain what the Global Research and Education Network is. Sometimes I call it the GREN, and then Helga here says, "Oh, you should say it out loud." It is the Global Research and Education Network, is what we're doing. And for me, that's more the concept of collaboration rather than a thing. It is sort of the federation of things we do. It's the networks, it's the services, it's the people all together. to make science great on the planet, and that's why we collaborate. When I look around, there's so many projects, big ones, small ones, like ITER in Europe, the radio telescope, digital twins. We make that possible together, and I all have something like this. Big projects are on the map here, like the Square Kilometer Array, CERN, Jive and astronomy. Everybody knows this, but there are also lots of smaller science projects going on. We have here a guy from the University of Groningen, that's in the Netherlands. He does research on geese somewhere in the north. We have Rocco. He's working in Iraq. He's collecting archaeological data. There's people in Japan working with robots, and here in Chile also some radio or some astronomical telescopes. We all support that. Of course, there's also millions of students in the lecture halls every day. And I have here the picture of Sophie. Sophie is a Dutch student, and she works as an intern in Australia. And we also make that possible for her, all that data. Well, that's why we do it. But how do we glue those things together? And we don't talk about this often, how strategically important those connection point is. But I thought here today would be good to touch on that. So GXPs, and you've seen the presentation yesterday from my colleague Karen as well, I think, are the interconnection hubs between the RNE networks worldwide. They provide that policy-free data exchange between the NRENs, and they're also the stable sort of anchor points where links and networks come and go. Sometimes we buy long-term links between continents or within countries. Sometimes we do that on a short-term basis, but it really helps that you know where to bring those links to. When you invest into connectivity, you know that you can meet others there. Where you're bringing your link into no man's land, that would be pointless, of course. And for the GXPs there, it's super important that you have a good supply of connectivity there. You have to have a sort of a marketplace that you know when one party brings it in there and the other one as well, you become more attractive. The more people, the more networks there are, the more attractive it becomes. Of course, it needs to be stable. And the last one here is also quite important. It's not the more the better. You need to have a sort of balanced approach here of exchange points that sort of fulfill the needs for the global research and education network. In this figure sort of shows how that works. We have a global exchange point. Networks connect into that, and sometimes a network connects behind a network and then connects to a network to an open exchange point. GXPs also connect to other ones, and we have the really long out, and with that you can create a redundant connection to networks, and sometimes you have the really long links, like we have in the AER, for example, a link from Japan all the way to Amsterdam, or from Singapore to London. They make that possible. And when you look a bit under the hood, of course, a GXP is a bunch of switches or routers that we use. But it's
to interrupt, are they all L2 links or L2?
Mainly layer 2 links. Sometimes there is also, but what you do is you build a layer 2 link and a BGP connectivity on top of that, and you can use it to carry multiple layer 2 links on one or layer 3 links on one layer 2, of course. Under the hood, it is equipment, but it's also a lot of field engineering. 24/7 people are looking at that. There's product managers involved who make plans for the future of those GXPs. We do development like automating the GXPs for example. So there's a lot of people work also involved in that. And lots of that is described in a document that's made by the GNAG. That's also why I sometimes have that logo there. That's the Global Network Advancement Group. A bunch of people from network engineers all over the planet that collaborate in the GNAG to make standards like this. A bit of a repetition here. The GXPs really act as that joint. They connect the networks together. They reduce the latency and they make high throughput there. They facilitate science. Of course, that's what we do as research and education networks. And I think the people that are working on that is, again, really important. When I think of Singapore Open Exchange, there's Simon, everybody knows him, he cannot be here, but he manages everything there. He's really on top of that and he makes sure that it works. Some examples how that works. You see a map here of Asia and Europe, and where you're a little bit okay in topography, I think you can see where those GXPs are. The yellow dots here, or the orange dots, they really form those anchor points between the links there. It's not only to create a system like AER here, but it's also that they interconnect systems. So we have APONet on one side, AER on one or other end, and they interconnect those systems. And with that, we can make traffic from Europe to the Americas possible, for example. Another one is the ANA system that's on the Atlantic side, and the AER in Amsterdam and London and Paris. Those systems are interconnected, but they also connect links into Africa, for example, the Middle East. This one here shows lines down to South Africa, but there's also connectivity into Egypt and to Oman, for example. Benefits for the R&E community, global reach with local impact, advanced solutions. I think Karen showed yesterday quite some nice examples how, for example, Bangladesh works with my country, the Netherlands. And a little bit about the governance and policy and collaboration. It's really a multi-stakeholder approach. If somebody who operates a GXP needs to understand that you're not only doing that for your own country or your own NREN, you're doing that for the global community. So, for example, when there's traffic between Indonesia and the Americas, the exchange points operators need to understand that. Needs to be open. We need to be trusted. There's no policies implied on a global exchange point. That makes you also sure that you have the connectivity there. And again, locations of the GXPs, we need to have a plan all together where we place those GXPs. Yeah, I'm going to skip this one because I want to go for the takeaways. The GXPs are the anchor points for the GRAN ecosystem. They work because there's a critical mass there, and it's a joint responsibility for all of us to build the exchange point for the GRAN. And this is the map that shows all the GXPs on a planet, and those and you as an NREN can connect into a GXP like that, and with that we built that global research and education network all together. So I keep it rather short here, but that's it for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Alexander. I have a lot of questions, but I will ask you personally.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, in GXP.
Sorry, can you say it again?
Any special service we are providing from the GXP?
It's the service is really interconnecting the different parties here. So there's no higher level computing or whatsoever. It's really providing the sort of the marketplace when one connects to the GXP that it's like an internet exchange, but then dedicated for science and education.
Is it only the latency issue or any service part is there?
It is the latency, but it's also, again, and I come back to the people, understanding the needs of science and education, which can be completely different in a commercial internet exchange. Of course, we know that the Large Hadron Collider has completely different new needs than Google connectivity, which is very predictable, and we work on that. Demos, like we do in our community, we do all the time, and our people and our GXPs are designed for that.
Okay, very recently, probably we have got connectivity with LHC, right? So
Yeah.
we can sit with you and we can discuss about how we can make best use of
Absolutely.
this
Yeah.
geographic.
Yeah.
One quick question with regard to GXPs. I think this is a very, I think, good, well thought initiative that could really benefit the research and education networks. For specifically for our region, we also see a lot of our traffic destined to the hyperscalers, the CDNs, right? The big ones, the Google, Amazon, because what they provide is also the cloud, infrastructure services.
Yeah.
And most of our data, especially the research and education communities that are not sensitive, are hosted in the hyperscalers cloud infrastructure. So just wanted to ask you whether GXPs would also interconnect third parties like the CDNs, the hyperscalers.
Sometimes. What we do in Europe, for example, both the GXPs that are operated by Zeeland as well, Netherlight that is operated by Surf, connect Microsoft, for example. And then you can use layer 2 paths into their, what's it called? I forgot, yeah, but the VLANs, but the Azure has this special, I forgot the name now, but the layer 2 connectivity into Microsoft Azure Express routes that you can do through the open exchange points here. When it's general IP connectivity, you have to do something with that. But we peer with them all the time, and we can connect them to the GXPs for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I mentioned one thing I want to mention, and that has to do with the discussion that I had with Helga yesterday over dinner. Sorry, Helga. She said, "How inclusive is that GRAN community?" And we run that GNG, the Global Network Advancement Group, and it's absolutely open for all of you in this room. So if you are interested in what's going on a global scale, how network engineers work together, please join that group and dial into the meetings or come to it when we organize that at TNC or whatever. They're absolutely welcome.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Of course, we are interested and we will let you know.
Perfect.
Can I request all the overseas speakers to come forward, and I have some gifts for you.